Hello, and welcome to the Educator Career Chat, Gaining Experience in Higher Education while at Arizona State Universities, presented by Mary Lou Fulton Teachers College and
Career and Professional Development Services.
My name is Megan Gamara, Academic Success Coordinator for the Mary Lou Fulton Teachers College Graduate Services.
And I'm Jackie Heidegger, and I'm a career advisor with Career and Professional Development Services, and I closely partner with the Mary Lou Fulton Teachers College.
Excellent.
Today, we're going to discuss how to gain experience in higher education as an educator while you're here studying at ASU.
So a couple of things what we'll be talking about today is, first of all, why search for an opportunity to work at Arizona State University?
We'll also discuss some of the nitty-gritty in searching for opportunities at ASU to help get some experience and gain some skills.
Next, we'll be talking about how to apply for those possibilities and how to interview for those positions.
And finally, we will discuss some additional resources to help you be successful in gaining experience in higher education here at ASU.
So what are some benefits of working at Arizona State University? First of all, there's the convenience. You're taking classes here on campus. You can simply walk from your position to class.
Absolutely. You also have the benefit of Sun Devil supervision. At ASU, you will have a dedicated supervisor who knows that you're a student and truly values your education here as a Sun Devil. Whether you are working for a student employment opportunity or a full-time opportunity here at ASU as a staff member or a faculty assistant, teaching assistant, etc., you'll have a supervisor who truly understands that you have a lot on your plate.
Next, and perhaps most importantly, you're going to gain relevant experience in education. This is where you can actually put what you're learning in class to use and be able to then expand your horizons within your own coursework and, of course, your career.
Next, you will have unique forms of compensation and benefits depending on the type of opportunity you apply for and secure here at Arizona State University. For our student employment opportunities, this often means that some of your positions are federal work study eligible if that is a part of your package of scholarships and tuition while you are here at ASU. And for some of our international students that may only work on campus here at ASU, there are lots of opportunities that you can take advantage of to earn a paycheck and experience here in the United States.
Additionally, students working at Arizona State University are going to explore and gain skills working in higher education, which can be very different from working in a K-12 capacity or even at a different, smaller institution. ASU is a very large institution and has a unique environment, and a lot of skills are needed to be able to work at ASU and to be able to keep ASU running.
Absolutely. And probably our favorite is
Yes.
the opportunity to positively impact other Sun Devils. Working here at Arizona State University, we have a commitment to serving our students, and it's a truly empowering and beautiful work environment to be a part of when you can see the impact you're making each day on the Sun Devil community. So we've talked a lot about building skills and gaining experience in higher education and how crucial that is for you as an educator. Up on the screen, you're seeing the career competencies. These are the 8 overarching transferable skills and career competencies that all employers, regardless of industry or job function, are looking for when they hire Sun Devil students and all folks that have a graduate degree or an undergraduate degree. Now, when you are looking up on the screen, some of these might not seem very challenging. They're not technical skills that you are paying attention to and learning in the classroom in a very targeted way. However, they are transferable skills that you're gaining through some of your coursework and academic projects. But we gain these and we get the most experience in these in order to strengthen these skills through our experience. So when we talk about getting career ready and getting ready for that next opportunity beyond ASU, we want to make sure that you are growing and developing in all of these skills to ensure that you're going to be the most successful contributor to the world of work.
So there are several types of opportunities at ASU for employment. The first, of course, is student employment. This is a student worker position. Many graduate students want a student worker of a 3, 4, or 5 level. That is where the sweet spot is for graduate students. However, employment opportunities for a 1, 2, or 3 are available and may not require as many skills, but also have a lot of relevance, and a lot of students still gain a lot of skills from these positions. Next are teaching and research assistantships, which we will talk about a little bit further. Next, and most of our students are looking for management internships. These are a great opportunity for a graduate or doctoral level student to gain both experience and have some benefits for working at ASU. And last but not least, ASU staff positions. While these might be harder to obtain, if you are thinking of working in higher education, this is your ultimate goal, is to become a staff member at an institution like Arizona State.
And for management internships and ASU staff positions, there are benefits to working in these types of capacities at Arizona State University, specifically when it comes to some tuition benefits, which we will show you where to find out more about those tuition benefits. Overall, these are all great opportunities for our students that are interested in higher education, and we'll delve a little bit deeper in just a few minutes. All right, so let's talk successful application strategies. Part of the fun of applying for an opportunity is getting to create materials that give you a great first impression to help tell your story, to hopefully connect the dots for that hopeful employer that you are the best fit for this specific opportunity. So let's talk successful strategies. First and foremost, we suggest reflecting on what you are looking for. We gave you a brief overview of the types of opportunities, the overall buckets that you can look for here at ASU, but what are you looking for in regards to time commitment, connection to your technical skills that you've gained within your academic programs, location, whether you're wanting to primarily work on the Tempe location, work remotely, work at the Polytechnic location, etc., and other values that are really important to you as you are a student and working and gaining some experience. You want to really think through what you're looking for.
Next, we recommend that you do some research, some more research, and some more research after that. A lot of the positions listed have a very general description, but then go into further detail about what that position consists of. So one position title could be completely different at one college versus another. So we recommend that you research both the position and the college in which you'll be applying to, or the specific department. ASU not only is comprised of many different colleges, say the College of Education or the Herberger School of the Arts, but we also have many departments here at ASU that need staff to be able to help them function, be that financially, be that events planning, a whole variety. So we do recommend that you do some research not only into the position, but the school or the department in which you'll be applying to make sure that's the best fit for you.
And while you're doing all of that research with the job description, websites, etc., we want to make sure that you are reading job descriptions fully. Like Megan mentioned, oftentimes one position might be called one thing, but not have a keyword that you might be searching for. So you really want to expand all of those job descriptions, read them thoroughly, look beyond the description of the position, look at the minimum qualifications and the desired qualifications to see if this is the right position for you for this season of your life. We also encourage you to save the job description, whether you're printing everything or saving them on your desktop. This is going to be useful for you as you begin to craft your resume, cover letter, personal statement if necessary, etc. But it'll also help because once the position closes, the application process closes, oftentimes those come down, the job descriptions, so you will want to make sure that you have that on standby in order to prep for hopeful interviews that you will hopefully have.
And with that said, your next recommendation is to conduct some informational interviews. If you know someone associated with that position or with that college, ask them questions. What does this position really look like? What do they need somebody to do? Oftentimes there's a lot not being said in the job description. So if you can network and find somebody who is associated with that position or college, we highly recommend that you ask them a few professional questions.
Absolutely. And with that being said, expand your network and build your network throughout your application process. If you are searching for an opportunity at ASU, it would be wise to reach out to folks that you don't know in order to learn more, but also to learn more about additional opportunities that might not be published. If you have an interest in a specific area within education, there's probably a place for you here at ASU. So even if there isn't a current posting, many departments are open to hosting practicum students or management internships, but maybe haven't put much thought to it yet. So if you're able to reach out and talk about your interests and your passions, connect with someone in that department, and then maybe propose a project, they may be able to assist with helping you find an experience, be that volunteer or internship, an experience that will truly help you build skills and gain confidence within education.
Next is to tailor your application materials to the specific position. I have actually been on the hiring committee of many of our staff members at Mary Lee Fulton Teachers College, and oftentimes we receive many applications, and you can really tell if somebody has just sent out a general resume and cover letter. Speak specifically to the position and to the college. Do some of that research that we've been talking about and integrate that within both your application materials and your interview. It really helps if somebody can speak directly to the position that they are applying to, and it also is very helpful to weed out those people who are just applying to anything and everything, or those who are really interested in this specific position.
Absolutely. All right, so your application materials can help you get the interview. Your interview is what can help get you the job or the opportunity. So let's talk successful interviewing strategies. First and foremost, this is going to sound repetitive, you need to do your research. It's not enough to just do a little bit of research at the beginning of the application process. You need to dive deeper in order to impress and truly tailor your interview responses. So this is where we would suggest, if you haven't already, looking for the mission, vision, values of the organization and the department, keeping all of that in mind, but also go a little bit deeper. Follow the organization or department on LinkedIn in order to see relevant articles that they're posting. Do some of those informational interviews with staff to see what some key initiatives that department or organization is working on. Really do some great thorough research. It's going to help you with those interview responses.
Next, reflect on your story. Jackie spoke about your story. Well, what often sets one interviewee apart from another is how their personal experience can add to the job. Typically, positions or staff are looking for a diverse group of people so that they can bring something individual to the table. So what is it about you that's going to make you a standout for this position? Talk about your background. Talk about a diversity of experience. That will help you in interviewing for the job, but also when you're working the job, that you can bring that unique story to the position.
Reread that job description. I'm a big fan of printing things out and highlighting what are areas of strength, what are areas that maybe you don't have as much experience in, what are parts of the job that you're really excited about, and remind yourself of all of that with your resume in the other hand, so that way you can figure out how to best connect the dots for that employer in your interview.
And we'll talk about this in detail at the next slide, but the next item is craft your powerful introduction. Have something partially memorized about yourself, a great way to introduce yourself so that you can walk in with a lot of confidence to a job interview, which is always helpful.
Yes. You also want to make sure that you have prepped the types of interview questions. We often coach students not to practice, 50 popular interview questions or 100 popular interview questions for educators, because you never can predict the questions you're going to be asked in an interview. You never know who's going to be in your interview unless they explicitly state it and they know in advance. So we suggest actually learning the different types of popular questions and effectively practice and skill build around decoding those questions and connecting the topic of the question to your story. So Megan talked about reflecting on your story. We suggest reflecting on 10 to 11 to 15 different stories you can tell in an interview before the interview. Stories that demonstrate your problem-solving capabilities, stories that demonstrate your ability to solve conflicts in the workplace. And if you just reflect on those stories and then know what the employer is asking, you'll be able to connect those dots in the interview.
And next, practice interviewing. Grab a friend, a family member, or colleague, maybe take them out to coffee or a meal, and have them ask you some pretty large open-ended questions. That way you can kind of start to prepare about what to expect within the interview themselves.
Yeah, and if you're going for an in-person interview, practice your handshake and your smile and your eye contact.
And how you're going to dress.
Yes.
And so forth.
Try everything on ahead of time, so that way you feel confident. So practice the interview from front to end, and get yourself feeling really confident.
Your powerful introduction. So we spoke about that in the previous slide, where you are going to walk into a room, typically with a committee interviewing you. So what's your first impression that you are going to give to this committee? So first, identify the desired outcome of introduction and what makes you unique. It's always best to have confidence, but where are you specifically confident about? Be that technical skills, be that people skills. Really think about what you want to portray in relation to what the job needs, and go ahead and practice your introduction and how you're going to exude that kind of confidence and that kind of technical knowledge.
Absolutely. And Career and Professional Development Services has a worksheet to get you started. We'll make sure to put it in the link down below. All right, next, we have some additional resources to help you continue preparing and strategizing for your job search, in addition to helping you get your application materials ready and your interview skills up to par for your opportunities. So first and foremost, Career and Professional Development Services, you have services as an undergraduate student, a graduate student, and an alum for life for free with ASU Career and Professional Development Services. Not only do we have events where we can connect you to employers or help you create a resume or help you explore different career pathways, but we also have one-on-one career advising that you can engage in to get specific help tailored to you. For instance, we can help you craft a resume, prep for your interviews, practice your interviews, create a cover letter, and make sure that you're tailoring it effectively to the different jobs you're applying, and much, much more. So we do encourage you to schedule an appointment with a career advisor. And we can meet with you in person at any of our Valley locations, in addition to phone or via video conference. So lots of opportunities for you to connect and get some tailored, individualized support.
Excellent. The next is for our international students. We do find that our international students within our graduate programs have some pretty unique needs. And of course, financial support through working is always a good idea. International students are allowed to work only on campus on an F1 or J1 visa for a maximum of 20 hours a week. We do recommend that any international students contact the International Students and Scholars Center and keep in touch with them. They can let you know what you're eligible to work, or they have a plethora of resources that you can use to gain a position. And oftentimes they have positions themselves in which they're looking for somebody, an international student with a unique skill set.
Whenever you are applying for a job, whenever in your lifetime, it's going to be helpful for you to reach out directly to the Human Resources Department for that organization in order to connect about questions you might have about the application format, how to best follow up, etc. Arizona State University Human Resources will show you their page. It's Careers at ASU. This is the best resource for you if you are applying for any staff position in conjunction with the specific department's hiring chair. So we will show you their website with some of those resources to help you find employment here at Arizona State University at the staff level. So those management internships, TA, RA positions, faculty, or staff positions.
And last but not least, of course, there's student employment within Arizona State University, be that student worker 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And oftentimes for international students, this is going to be your best bet in terms of part-time work. And of course, it comes with its own unique benefits and a great way to get your foot in the door when working at a large institution like ASU.
Absolutely. So now we'd love to actually show you some of these resources that we've briefly discussed. So we will go ahead and pull that up for us. Okay, so up on our screen now, you should see something that looks rather familiar, your My ASU account. This is where you can get connected with a lot of the career resources at ASU. So we wanted to make sure you knew about this specific spot. So if you tab over to your Campus Services tab here and scroll down to your bottom right-hand corner, you'll notice you actually have access to a self-paced career checklist of sorts called the Career Milestones at ASU that you can actually work to complete all of the milestones while you're here. This is one way to ensure that you are getting career ready while you're a student studying here at ASU.
I think that's a really important resource because a lot of people just consider getting a cover letter and resume ready together as the only thing they need, but there are many other areas in which that you can work and improve to be able to get the best chance at that position that you want.
Absolutely. And speaking of getting career ready, if you expand this Get Career Ready section here, you'll get connected with ASU Handshake, which is the one-stop shop for all careers and internships at ASU that are external to the university for now. And this is actually how you will get connected with a career advisor too and schedule appointments with my office, in addition to connecting with other students and getting some tailored information about your career pathway. The university has already created a Handshake profile for you as a currently enrolled ASU student, so all you have to do is click here to get connected. The ASU Mentor Network is a new platform that's university-wide to help connect you with a mentor that is either an alum or an industry professional in the areas that you're considering in education. So we highly suggest also clicking here and getting connected to the ASU Mentor Network. Now we'll skip down just a little bit. This is one of the easiest ways to get connected with Career and Professional Development Services website. So if you click here and expand, you will come to our website. asu.edu/career is another great way to get here. There are a plethora of online on-demand resources that you can take advantage of. I did want to highlight Resume Dropbox, which is right here on our home screen. This is a great way to get completely virtual feedback to your resume or your cover letter as you're beginning tailoring those materials. We also have something called Interview Stream, which is available here under Students and Interviewing. If you tab over here, you will see Interview Stream, which is a completely virtual way to practice your interviews as well. Excellent. So especially if you're a little bit nervous, this can be a great practice, especially the morning of an interview, where you can actually record yourself interviewing and then watch it back in order to see what the other person would see, your interviewer would see. And you can even flag it for a career advisor to review it within 3 to 5 business days.
Oh, excellent.
Our next resource, I'll go ahead and let Megan showcase. I'll pull up the ISSC website.
So a couple things on here. This is specifically for international students, which many of them are looking for on-campus opportunities because that is what their visa allows. So I recommend starting at this website. It not only tells you some information on what kind of type of job that you are eligible for, but it also has resources for actually what jobs are available. Maybe be specifically looking for an international student, maybe one with specific language skills or cultural skills. Also, international students are eligible for OPT and CPT. This is working during your last semester of your program or just after your program ends in a related field to your studies. Now, there are some regulations, there's a lot of technicalities that do go into this, so I recommend attending one of the workshops that the ISSC has available pretty often. So they will be listed on this website as well, and I do recommend always keeping in touch as an international student with the ISSC.
Yeah, especially as you embark on your full-time opportunity search, truly knowing your work authorization inside and out and being able to communicate effectively about your work authorization is going to be super helpful. So if you can practice that while you're a student at the ASU, that's going to really help you be successful as you embark on future job searches as well.
Yes.
The next site that we wanted to showcase is student employment at ASU, which you can also access via your My ASU account on that campus services page. Student employment job search will populate this site, which will help you search for on-campus jobs and off-campus jobs, in addition to graduate research assistant and teaching assistant positions here at Arizona State University. In order to give you just a quick demonstration, we're going to dive into on-campus opportunities because there are so many. So we just wanted to showcase a couple quick tricks that you can utilize when you're searching for opportunities that are considered on-campus student employment jobs. So first and foremost, when you come to this page, you are going to see that when you scroll down, it doesn't look like there's many opportunities, but there's, at this point in time, 296. So here's a trick. All you have to do is either open up advanced search or just click search, and it's going to expand all 296 opportunities for you. Something that we would suggest doing is the first time that you log on, looking through most of the opportunities to see if they fit your needs before filtering it down too much. This can be a little overwhelming the first time you log on. However, it'll get easier and easier if you're fully launching a search and you're really wanting to secure an opportunity as soon as possible. This is going to be something that you're going to want to do in order to make sure you're not missing out on any opportunities that might be currently available. But once you've done that and you're feeling comfortable narrowing down your search, you can open up the advanced search filters here. And you can either search by, if you're looking for instance, a federal work study opportunity, you can filter down just those opportunities. You can look for full-time, part-time, or contract-based work. And then you can also search for specific job titles if you know, I met somebody who's a desk assistant, and that seems like a really flexible opportunity for me as a graduate student or a student who's really busy with other things. You can use keyword or job title search. But again, we would definitely suggest that first time looking through everything, and then when you come on the next time, you can just search by what was posted since last week. And we can go ahead and search, and then there's only 11. So the next time you do it, it'll be so much easier. Again, just to remind you what we've discussed already about application strategies, we suggest actually opening up each job position and reading through thoroughly to see if it could be enticing to you, because sometimes names are deceiving. Another way you can do this to try to get some information before launching into the full job description is just to look here. If you click more, you can expand a little more about the opportunity. But definitely for the ones that you think you might be interested in or qualified for or excited about, go ahead and open up the full job description and read it all the way through.
And save it.
And save it, yes.
Next, our staff positions at ASU. This is the website if you were going to apply for a staff position or a management internship. Definitely read through all the information here on the website. There's even a message from our illustrious president, Dr. Crow. You can apply as an external staff if you are not currently employed by ASU. Typically, that's the same as the internal staff. And also for the student job opportunities. And a message about the RATA-ships, I know that many people look at. You do not have to get one within your own college, the college in which you're admitted. Oftentimes, our students come to us with a degree in a different area. That would be a good place to start looking for an RATA-ship. If you have a degree in, say, biology, why not try out the College of Life Sciences, if they even need somebody with some experience in biology. So definitely look at any opportunity in which you might be eligible for. You are not limited to your own college.
Absolutely. And then just diving in, if we want to just showcase this portal as well briefly, you're going to notice it looks very similar to the student employment portal because it's all ASU opportunities. Again, you're going to want to click search or advanced search in order to make sure you're actually seeing the opportunities. Again, you can search out full-time, part-time, or contract-based work. You can do the advanced search here in this case as well. Same rules apply and strategies for success apply. We suggest looking through everything first, looking through those job descriptions, and then it becomes easier if you're launching a full search to just go ahead and filter down by post date. Now, if we are looking specifically for management internship, we can go ahead and put it in the job title and see if any populate. We're not seeing any that have that in the job title at this time. We can go ahead and try to put it in the keyword and just check one more time. And we did actually filter one out. So this is an example of an opportunity where an office is looking for a temporary position that would be considered a management internship. We would be able to figure out if it's full-time or part-time. If we opened it up and populated it. But these are excellent positions, yes, for our Mary Lou Fulton Teachers College graduate students.
And perhaps this is something that a student could use who is graduating, or just to get your foot in the door. Sometimes the temporary positions could lead to more full-time permanent positions.
Absolutely. And you can see that actually in bold here for this description. There is the possibility for continuation into another semester or maybe a full other academic year. Those are things you would definitely want to contact the department about. The department that's hiring. ASU has a lot of different departments, and yes, they all manage their own hiring processes. So you can go ahead and reach out to that specific office. And for any of your HR needs, you can certainly reach out to HR. And then we did want to also showcase where you can find out a lot more about your different benefits that you would have if you were an ASU staff member, meaning that you are not a student employee. So this is where you can find that information.
Tuition benefits, health benefits, just working on campus kind of benefits.
Yes. And the full benefits guide as well. Yes.
And another tip, I do say apply for anything that you are interested in, and don't get discouraged. Many of the positions that are open here receive many applications, and oftentimes we just have to kind of pick whoever is the best fit for the position. But please keep applying, please keep trying. It just really takes one person to connect with, and then you get your foot in the door and can better network or find a position maybe that you would like better later on, or stay within that position.
Absolutely. And with that, that is actually all we have for you today. But we are open to questions that you might have in the future. Feel free to reach out to us. And we do ask that you reflect on what can you utilize from our workshop today to put you on the path of success within the next 24 hours. So go ahead and reflect on that and get started.
Thank you very much.